title fight. The undefeated champion, Lonnie Bradley, takes on the challenge of Randy Smith. Lonnie Bradley presents the complete package: speed, power, quickness, defense. He has walked through 22 opponents, knocking out 18, has already captured the WBO title. A student of the game, Bradley feels he's just now finding the essence.
My brain is actually developing for the sport. Yeah, I guess, like I said in the beginning, when you come out to, boxing, I guess, you think it's all physical. But it's really actually developing of your brain, your mind towards the sport.
Bradley reaches down to the number 10 contender, Randy Smith. Even though Bradley owns a title, the danger he presents has sent prospective challengers in other directions. Bradley hasn't fought in 7 months.
I'm happy that he took the fight. He shows me that he's not scared enough to step in the ring with Lonnie Bradley. So that's another thing I have to worry about. Hey, this guy, he's not scared of me. And I expect him, to throw everything at me. I expect him to try to rough me up, try to manhandle me. That's the only way he can fight. If he tries to box me, they can say that's a first-round knockout. He's better off trying to do something that's better for him. But, I'm prepared for anything he has to bring to the table.
Well, Lonnie Bradley says if he tries to box me, it's going to be a one-round knockout. Guys in the past have tried to pressure Bradley, and they haven't gotten out of the fight. So what is left for Randy Smith, who comes in here as the big underdog?
I give him credit for trying something that's different. However, Lonnie Bradley has proven in the past that he is an outstanding fighter when opponents advance. He loves it when they come in. So now in this fight, Randy Smith says he's going to box. However, Randy Smith, that is not his forte. He has always been at his best when he moves in there and gets with it, gets it on the inside. He is not an outside fighter. And also, we saw in the last fight where Brian Smith got out on the end of Alex Stewart's punches, and it got him in a lot of trouble. That could happen in this Lonnie Bradley fight.
Why are they so excited here in New York about Lonnie Bradley?
Well, because he has all the tools. First of all, he's a good-looking kid. He's very articulate. He can fight inside the ring. He boxes well. He punches hard, and he seems to have his career together. He understands the total picture of this total package. He's employed a manager to help his career in Dave Wolf, and Dave Wolf is kind of steering him to a championship. Dave Wolf, of course, steered Ray Boom Bam Mancini to a title, and the other fellow was Lonnie. Yes, the other was
Donnie Lalonde.
Donnie Lalonde. Lonnie to Don.
Yes.
Donnie Lalonde. So both of those fighters, he has experience of steering them to championship, and he can certainly do that for Lonnie Bradley.
Well, Randy Smith comes in having lost his 4th fight in his career, but since that time, he has reeled off 16 straight without a defeat. He comes from California, in the backyard of Lonnie Bradley, and he is a prohibitive underdog, although he's a very busy fighter, a tough kid, a very good chin, and has nothing to lose tonight.
Oh, yeah, this is the biggest fight of his career so far. He says, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to box him, and I'm going to go for it tonight. Randy Big Man Smith.
All right, let's check out the sizes of these two fighters on the Castrol tail of the tape. Bradley, a very disciplined fighter, 159.5. Just about every fight he has been right around the 160 limit. And as you can see, he has the edge also in height and in reach. Now, checking out the rules, this is a WBO championship fight. Standing 8 count not in effect. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You cannot be saved by the bell, and the scoring on the 10-point must scoring system. The weaknesses and the strengths of these two fighters, and we'll send it to the champ and the blackboard.
The boxing blackboard features WBO middleweight champion Lonnie Bradley. Strengths: quick, fast reflexes, and good power. 18 KOs and 22 wins. His weaknesses: he gets down into wars and he slugs too much. Even though Lonnie's champion without a defining fight, he's unproven. Can we expect proof against his opponent, Randy Smith? His strengths: fast hands and a busy style, usually in pretty good condition. Randy's weaknesses: not known as a puncher, he has little power, and he's a slow starter. His biggest detriment to the fast champion tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, New Contenders Incorporated and Caesars Atlantic City, in association with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Present the USA Tuesday Night Fight main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, Chairman, former two-time World Heavyweight Champion Floyd Patterson, Commissioners Steve Acunto and Luis Rios, Deputy Commissioner Bob Duffy, Chief of Operations James Pulcinello. This contest is also sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Barcarcel. Supervisor in attendance at ringside is John Montano. The three judges scoring the bout on a 10-point must system will be Harold Letterman, Huiso Fernandez, and Nelson Vasquez. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, your referee, Samuel Viruet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the U.S. Army 69th Regiment, Armory here in the Big Apple, New York City. Let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing a purple trimmed with white and weighing in at 158 1/2 pounds. He's fighting out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, and brings a professional record of 16 victories with only 1 defeat, 3 draws, and 6 KOs to his credit. He's ranked number 10 in the world by the WBO. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Randy Big Man Smith. And his opponent across the ring, wearing red trimmed with white and weighing 159 1/2 pounds. From New York City, New York, he brings a perfect record of 22-0. 18 KOs to his credit, and 11 KOs have come in 2 rounds or less. He is considered by many to be one of the best in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated middleweight champion of the world, the pride of Harlem, Lonnie Bradley.
Chief Second, I gave you instructions in your respective dressing rooms. I want to remind you that I'm here to ensure that the rules and the regulations of both the New York State and WBO are obeyed. Any questions on any side? Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
On the threshold of major exposure, Lonnie Bradley out of Harlem. Already the comparisons with another one-time great middleweight champion out of Harlem, Sugar Ray Robinson. So that's fairly high expectations for this young man. Clean-cut kid, Lonnie Bradley, who has not lost a fight in his 22 as a pro. And Randy Smith comes in and he says that he'll keep moving in the first couple of rounds, that he is not necessarily a quick starter. That doesn't help at all against Lonnie Bradley. Now, Smith is at his best when he is very busy and throws a lot of punches. He is a very dedicated and well-conditioned fighter, physically strong, has a good chin, has been down twice, only twice in his 20-fight career. He has suffered 1 defeat, that to Rodney Toney. But he knows he has to be somewhat cautious in the first couple of rounds. Wants to get himself warmed up for this scheduled 12-round fight. Smith in his last encounter in September won 12 rounds with Ken Pratt for an NABO title associated with the WBO and their minor titles. And now it is Smith not taking his time, but going right at Lonnie Bradley.
No, but you know, the dressing rooms downstairs in this arena are quite cold. They're really frigid. Well, both fighters come into this ring without a bead of sweat on their body. It's hard to get warmed up, but a shot like that will warm you up. Lonnie Bradley with a double jab in the right hand. Nice uppercut.
Lonnie Bradley is Bobby Cassidy in his corner. top-rated light heavyweight in the 70s. Cassidy says that Bradley is just a great student. He learns so quickly. He's very cunning. He takes his time in the ring, and once he finds a flaw in his opponent, he takes full advantage. And you can see Bradley studied. Oh, and there it was here in the first round. It is not a knockdown, no standing 8 count. Referee lets it go, and Bradley walks in. Randy Smith is hurt here in the first round. Crowd encouraging Bradley to end it.
Yeah, just a matter of time. This is like target practice. Lonnie Bradley said tonight he was just going to try to relax.
Randy Smith right now may be better served if he just went down to one knee. Said he's a slow starter, and he tried to pick it up here in the first and may have gotten himself into trouble. Wobbled again by that right hand. Bradley, oh, combination. Smith stays up. 2-3 lefts in a row. Smith trying to weather this storm. Incredibly remains on his feet. 15 seconds to go in the first. Randy Smith trying to hang in there, taking shots to a wide open face. Closing seconds of the first, and Randy Smith has survived the round.
He brought a lot of confidence in this fight, but too much confidence for Randy Smith, because look, just taking his time, Lonnie Bradley setting up his shots. In all of these punches, Randy Smith did everything that he could to stay on his feet. Look at these shots from Lonnie Bradley. This fight, obviously just a matter of time, but what Lonnie Bradley must not do is he must not rush it. He's got good power in both hands. The reason is his nickname, Long Boot Lonnie, they call him, because he has long feet. Size 11 shoe. You know, with a foot like that, you have more pad digging into the canvas.
Lonnie Bradley, as a kid, was playing football and basketball. Really did not start competing in boxing until the age of 17, but he was mesmerized by the Leonard Benitez fight in 1979, and then Pernell Whitaker winning the gold medal.
Randy Smith now is mesmerized by the fast hands of Lonnie Bradley.
Bradley brings in a complete package: speed, power, quickness, reflexes, good defense. The only question about him right now is, has he really been tested?
A fight to really propel him to another level, Lonnie Bradley.
Although his manager Dave Wolf will tell you that nobody's going to fight him.
Oh, look at this. This referee should stay close. This fight should be stopped. Look at
down for the first time.
Randy Smith has no business being in the ring. Lonnie Bradley is just all over him.
Smith was ranked number 10 by the WBO, but has not surfaced in any of the other rankings. And now Lonnie Bradley could just about pick the time of the conclusion of this fight.
Look how physically bigger Bradley is than Smith. Only 1 pound separates the two, but physically has more muscle upstairs. Look at these shots. All that muscle landing right on the point of the chin. Down to the canvas goes Smith. This fight is over.
Face first for Randy Smith, and it ends in the second round. Lonnie Bradley in a one-sided affair gets the hug from Dave Wolf as he wins his 23rd in a row, 19th by knockout, successfully defends the WBO middleweight title for the second time. And Randy Smith, who said he's a slow starter, will try to box for the first 2 rounds.
Hey, move your left leg forward.
Will not see the 3rd round.
Just leave your left arm up. It's okay. All right, put it down.
That's dangerous position right there. Randy Smith, lay him down on his back, leave him laying there. The fighter wants to get up when he first wakes up, but to let him sit up like that for a little while, and then after some time you talk to him, make sure he's okay, then you set him up to the stool, and then finally let him stand up to his feet. But with so many fighters trainers do is they pick him up off the floor and make him stand up. Now watch him wobble. Oh, yeah, he is out. A lot of shots. Here is why he is out and why he is sitting on the stool. It was because of Lonnie Bradley, the fast hands. Finally, Randy Smith moving forward, and here's the power of Lonnie Bradley connecting. Smith tries to run and gets out on the end of Bradley's punches. He's a Bradley fighting machine. Well, Bradley again. The uppercuts, a good arsenal. Over the top with his shots, comes back with a left hook. Over and under the way that Lonnie Bradley fights.
Bradley says if he boxes me, I'll get him out in one. He didn't box him. He rushed him, so it took him 2 rounds. Bradley also feels if a guy presses him, that'll bring the best out of him, and that he will run into all of his combinations, and that is exactly what happened. First fight in nearly 7 months for Lonnie Bradley. Did not look very rusty at all.
Not at all. He loves it when fighters advance. Relaxing feeling when the fight's over. It's all done. Time to go eat your birthday cake. Pass me that cake, will you?
Well, we didn't have a just for starters tonight, but we're going to have just for closes.
Yeah.
A couple of young cruiserweights will be coming up next, but first we are awaiting the official time on this one, this second round knockout by Lonnie Bradley, who's posing for the photographers here in the New York area. He is one of the most exciting young fighters to come out of New York in recent years, and he has kept that belt strapped tight around his waist. All right, here's the official time. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, following the knockdown, referee Samuel Viruet waves off the count, stops the bout. The official time, 2 minutes, 3 seconds, round number 2. The winner by knockout victory. His record now 23-0, 19 KOs. He's still the undefeated middleweight champion of the world, the pride of Harlem, Lonnie Bradley.
And that is his 12th knockout within 2 rounds. All the Lonnie Bradley fans. Now the champions in the other divisions, Takahara, Taylor, and Hopkins, all under the Don King umbrella. And there is Dave Wolf, the manager of Lonnie Bradley, who to this point wants to remain undefeated. He doesn't want to get into a deal where he has to sign his fighter over to a long-term promotion. And he says, the only thing I could do with Lonnie Bradley is just to build him up as a fighter, have him fight as much as possible, but so he becomes so valuable that he could go in possibly to the negotiations with no strings attached.
Yeah, in boxing, you want to be able to get to that negotiating table. Just to get there, you're going to be successful.
So in the meantime, Lonnie Bradley owns that WBO belt and will take on all comers. And so far, not many comers are coming forward. The only one going forward today was Randy Smith, and forward all the way to the canvas. Well, we have some more action. A couple of young cruiserweights coming up next on USA's Tuesday Night Fights.